Alright, today's smartphones have become really smart. You don't really need to pay top dollars to get that high-spec smartphone. So you've got the ultimate battle for the mid-range smartphones, price point between 25 to 40k, and through this video we'll pick one smartphone that you need to buy. Yes, you got it. This is the only video that you need to watch which will give you the exact answer that you need to get right now before 2024 comes to a close. So we have the vivo V40e. And we also have the iQOO Neo 9 Pro. Then we have the OPPO Reno 12 Pro. We also have the Motorola Edge 50 Pro. Yes. And the last one, the OnePlus Nord 4. Between these smartphones, you know that you can get your pick. There are more on the offer, but we thought this makes more sense with all that specs that you need. And the fight will be according to design, display, performance, battery, camera, and drop test. Drop test is something that we need because every time the phone drops. We also have something like 4K viewing test, which actually gives you the range anxiety when you're watching a Netflix video in 4K. We also have a sunlight viewing test because, you open the phone in sunlight. So let's begin. But before that, Munzana has been playing hard on the design game. Let's see what she has to say.
You're already here? Okay, now the thing is, I've been really busy doing something. And doing what is analyzing all these phones and their designs. And I think I've come up with one winner. Now, it was a really difficult choice to make, but yeah, I have one winner. Now, I don't know about you guys, but having a curved and an endless screen immediately attracts me towards the phone. And among all of these, I think only the Edge 50 Pro and the vivo V40e has it. And that gives them a really premium aura. But the Motorola Edge 50 Pro also feels really great to touch since it has an aluminium sandblasted frame over here, and the shiny plastic of the vivo V40e feels a little plasticky. So I mean, this can't beat the Motorola, of course. And when it comes to their rear surfaces, now all of these smartphones have either plastic or aluminium backs, but only the iQOO Neo 9 Pro over here and the Motorola Edge 50 Pro have vegan leather back, which actually feels premium in the hand when you hold it, and something that immediately sets them apart from all of these clans. This vegan leather back are soft to touch and give the phone an incredibly elegant feel. It's like really good to hold in the hand, but for me the back of the Motorola handset feels a tad bit softer. This one's a little rough. The iQOO phone is not as refined and feels a little plasticky. The vegan back feels plasticky, but this one is like really soft and smooth and like butter in your hands. So for design, the Motorola Edge 50 Pro is a clear winner here. Moreover, this phone is the only phone out of all the smartphones that we are comparing today that has IP68 rating, which means the Motorola Edge 50 Pro can be submersed into 1 meter of water for 30 minutes and it'll still be working.
Unsurprisingly, it's still working. Now let's go back to the studio. At first glance, all these phones seem to have respectable screens. But I'm here to do minute observations and tell you which device has the best display among them all. Firstly, all of them have around 6.7-inch OLED displays, so all of them have great large-sized panels. This allows them to offer amazing true colored visuals. They're all HDR10 plus panels that play Netflix and Amazon Prime content with amazing HDR support. But the one thing that puts the iQOO Neo 9 Pro and the Motorola Edge 50 Pro in a different league is their support for a 144Hz refresh rate. All other phones top out at 120Hz, so you'll get splendid visuals when you're navigating the user interface. And need I tell you that it's also great news for gaming. Games that support 144Hz refresh rates take the gaming experience to the next level. So when it comes to the display, it all boils down to the Motorola Edge 50 Pro and the iQOO Neo 9 Pro. But we still don't have a clear winner. If I had to choose between the two, I would definitely choose the Moto Edge 50 Pro, as I feel it has truer colors, as it is the only smartphone with Pantone validated display, and it also seems to have better HDR compared to the iQOO. Now let's move on to the sunlight test. We took all the phones outdoors and their brightness was truly put to the test under harsh sunlight. In this test, the vivo V40e came out as the clear winner thanks to its immense brightness levels. Its 4500 nits of peak brightness can't be beaten by any other phone in this comparison. Now I've heard that our boss has been testing the performances of each of these phones. Let's hear what he has to say.
It's time for performance. End of the day, performance matters. So we put these phones through our gaming test, which we love gaming, you know that. Then we also did 4K editing on that. And these are the benchmark scores in your screen right now. As you can see, that all of them are not bad. They're all doing a good job. But the iQOO Neo 9 Pro has the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 processor, which is close to 2 years old. And we would like all our smartphones to be more optimized with the current generations. So on that factor, even the scores are looking good, but in your day-to-day usage, they will have some hindrances. So let's keep iQOO right here. Now, vivo V40 and OPPO have MediaTek processors. So you can see the benchmark scores are not really up to the standards. So let's keep them also aside. Now finally we have come to these two smartphones which are similar Qualcomm processors, almost similar. Now I like Motorola because it comes with stock Android. A stock Android is something which is more faster, no bloatware. All of them have some bloatware. This is a kind of a confusing round because you don't have a clear winner. But for me, I'm going to go for this. You can take your pick in this one. Now I know camera plays a very important part in your smartphone buying experience. Hence, we've given Sohail leave for 2 days. He has been busy playing with these smartphones. I don't know what he's doing. Let's hear it from him.
As you saw, I've been incredibly busy with testing these cameras. Throughout the past few days, I've been clicking photo after photo in all kinds of lighting to give you a thorough analysis of the cameras of these phones. All of them have 50 megapixel main cameras, but only the Motorola Edge 50 Pro offers a really wide f1.4 aperture, which is incredible in its own right. But let's see how these cameras perform in real life. I chose this landscape to judge the dynamic range of all these cameras. All of them have performed really well in capturing the details in the highlights and shadows. Hence, we can say that all of them are on an equal footing when it comes to clicking images in broad daylight. But when it comes to low light, as you can see, the shot clicked with the Edge 50 Pro has a clear edge against the others. It's got great colors, appropriate sharpness, and just an overall great feel. Again, in macro shots, the Motorola Edge 50 Pro has higher levels of detail than all the other phones. Only the OnePlus Nord 4 comes close to matching its performance. All the phones were amazing when it came to background separation. But in terms of capturing accurate colors and maintaining details, again, the Moto Edge 50 Pro clearly had an edge over the others. When it came to 4K video performance, I found the Nord 4, the Reno 12 Pro and the Motorola Edge 50 Pro to offer similar performance. All three phones are good with their dynamic range and offer decent stabilization. To conclude, while all these phones offer decent camera performance for their prices, the Motorola Edge 50 Pro has a big advantage over the others, and hence it's the clear winner in the camera department. Our final parameter in testing these phones is their battery, and for that we'll go back to Munzela, who has been very busy with our 4K video tests.
Now we here at Exhibit, of course, have a standard 4K video test for all our smartphone reviews, and that's like a mandate. Okay, and that's exactly what I'm going to use for all of these smartphones today. As you can see, I've played the same 4K video on all these smartphones and they'll keep going on for 30 minutes straight, and after that I will check how much battery each of these phones have lost. So that's the test. Now let's cut this crap and put all of them to test and see the results. Drum rolls! Now we have a clear winner here, and the Motorola Edge 50 Pro has truly won the test, having lost just 5% battery in 30 minutes. Unbelievable! And in terms of battery size, this one has the smallest battery of all. But as is often the case with smartphones, looks can be deceiving, and Motorola Edge 50 Pro's battery management system makes it a true winner in the battery department. It is also the fastest charging phone among all of these, and during our test it went from 0 to 100 in just 18 minutes thanks to its 125 watt fast charging support. And to add to this, the Edge 50 Pro is also the only phone among all of these that offers wireless charging support and reverse wireless charging support. Now let's go back to our boss again, who has quite an interesting test lined up for us.
It's time for the drop test, from our normal offices. iQOO gets it. Vivo. OnePlus, it's a metal body. I am scared, honestly speaking. Shall we? Let's do it. The Motorola has a vegan leather. If it falls like this, it will definitely not have any scratches. But let it fall from the screen size. All of them survived the drop test. Congratulations! Now this is a democratic process because two of my team members have been equally working on this, and you've seen the rounds. Display, Motorola wins because all of them have OLED, but they have rounded OLED, so which gives you a more immersive experience. This is a personal take, but I would say that even the OnePlus gives you equally good experience. Even iQOO gives you a good experience, but this one just gives you that extra edge. Now, performance, you can see the iQOO actually wins hands down because of its specs, but this is a 2-year-old processor. If you're somebody who wants a very fast processor, also very good chipset, then iQOO is the one for you. Apart from that, in performance, all of them are doing a good job. All of them pretty much do everything. And at the end of the day, you're not someone who's going to do hardcore coding these smartphones, will you? No, right? Now, let's move to the battery test. In our 4K viewing test, we have a clear winner, which is in your screen right now. In our drop test, all of them can handle surprisingly small drops, but we didn't have the audacity to go and drop it from the first floor. If you have, please drop on the comments with the picture how it looks like. So I'll leave the drop test to this, but on a day-to-day wear, it will stand that kind of a pressure. But if you drop that very often, then please don't blame us for the cracked screens. Moving on, what is also very exciting in these smartphones are that all of them actually compete with flagships smartphones. You don't need to spend a lakh rupees in buying the smartphone because you pretty much can live with these smartphones and get your job done. Now, for us, in this whole scenario, according to the rounds, the Motorola seems to be the choice for us, but that is us. In case if you feel something else is good, drop in the comments and tell us which one or what kind of a comparison you will want us to do again. This is us. See you in the next one.